What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a good Juneteenth. God, me with words. Juneteenth today. If you're a Spider-Man fan, this definitely isn't a good Juneteenth at all. Well, before we get into that, if you did not know, there is a Spider-Man fan film that is going to drop sometime this year. And it is very well made. They dropped the trailer back in October. And it looks really good. Like, they crowdfunded it. It made over, through the crowdfunding, they made around 100K, over 100K, somewhere around that number. That number was thrown around in a lot of people were saying a lot of comments. And, here's some of the actors, and you see some of the shots, like just the shots as a whole. It looks really, really good. And it looks really, just the looks of characters and stuff, the way they're dressed, it looks very reminiscent of the comic books. You got your Mary Jane, you got the star, Peter, the actor for Peter, and you got a really good swinging shot here. Like, the CGI does not look that bad there. It looks pretty alright. The money clearly went to some good shit. It is directed by Gavin Canoop. I'm sorry for the mispronunciation of the name. Not really though. But he is the director of the film, and he also wrote it. He has his own IMDb page too. But I wanted to look at some really close-up shots of the Spider-Man costume. It looks really good. And here you have the actor for Harry Osborn. But Gavin, from what I remember, this is back when I was in high school and stuff, a couple years ago. Dude used to run a Instagram account that was a lot of Spider-Man facts, and eventually he kind of wanted to step away and do something else and follow his passions and direct a movie. And it turns out it was a Spider-Man movie. He'd been writing. I think he was like, I've been writing this. I want to do this, and everybody on the ground was very supportive of him. And here's some more really good shots. And it looks like in that scene, he's hugging like a sick kid, and he's and Spider-Man's talking or speaking with Gwen's parents. And then here's some really good, some more shots, some really good shots of the actors and actresses in some scenes. Really good stuff. But today, it looks like this film has been having a lot of bumps in the road. I haven't followed, like I said, I didn't say this before, but I have not followed the film very close. I knew of its existence. I was, it's been some time since I heard it. I seen it trend a couple times on Twitter. Apparently, the director John Watts and Andrew Garfield saw the trailer. We just watched the full thing, and they love it. And this got a lot of, because of that, it got a lot of, bump and shit. Everybody's like, oh shit, this actually looks pretty good. What the fuck? Oh my god, And bro was, fucking like, oh man, it just, the things didn't, just, bro was just riding it, he was riding high. But turns out today that someone leaked some images, some screenshots of a group chat that the the lead for Peter Parker, Warden Wayne, saying a lot of racial slurs in a chat room. He claims that in his apology that it was in high school. I mean, I don't think Instagram chats really have timestamps or dates and stuff like that. I think they only have what time you posted it and stuff. So it'll just say, like, if you swipe over to the left, it'll say just like, oh, it's 10 o'clock. It was 10 o'clock when you posted, or 1 p.m. or something like that. It doesn't show a date, or I don't think. But we aren't provided dates here. We only can go off of what, he said, she said, But here's another screenshot of what he said. Just like, it looks like he's just going in on this couple, this random couple on that sent a screenshot in the chat of her, of this Mexican couple, I guess. I don't know. But no matter what it is, it's still very like fucked up, just fucked up, just to be like this. But we have the actress that is going to be playing Gwen in the film, and I'm sorry, I'm so bad at saying names. I'm not gonna try and pronounce it, but she posted a statement today. Basically, I already read through this. Basically, she is saying, said in the statement that you can pause the video and read it through if you want yourself. I'm just gonna give a, quick summary. She basically said, A, I'm white passing. I haven't really experienced it, firsthand racism, but secondhand, my mom, she was kicked out of shops and spat on. My brother came home from school crying because, kids would make fun of him and call him racial slurs. And, I've experienced racism secondhand. I know it's fucked up, and I'm sorry for everyone that, got, upset from what, dude said, I'm sorry about that. And, I think that's a pretty good statement, and I really appreciate her saying that, even though she really didn't have to. I just wouldn't have said anything, not saying that's wrong or right. There is no wrong or right thing to do here. I mean, she didn't do anything wrong. But, it's still, thank you for even, for going out of your way to do that. Simple as that. But, and here's the actress for Mary Jane. And she kind of retweeted a lot of things. And she wrote her own statement as well, too. And she retweeted Gavin's statement on the whole thing. And here's another statement, another tweet from her. I am so angry and heartbroken with all the new information. I have loved being a part of this project and community. I am genuinely shocked with every new message. This was posted before the official statement. And this was at 12 a.m. like at night. Like, this is crazy, Warden Wayne dropped his own statement. It basically saying, I was 18, I was in a bubble, I was around a lot of racist people. I kind of escaped it. And he said, I've been wanting to come forward about this for a long time. We're gonna get into that, but I want to kind of keep the movement going and stuff like that, and keep it up. Yeah, here's her statement again. Let me get that out the way. And Gavin's statement basically being like, TLDR, I knew about it. I hired him. People change. I think people change. And I think he's a good dude. Everybody's, being like, it's fucked up. I'm sorry, I'm sorry people were hurt, basically everybody being like, not covering for him, but being like, yeah, what he said was fucked up, and Gavin's kind of being like, yeah, I hired him, but people change, guys, come on now, but turns out Gavin isn't too great himself. I'm just gonna like scroll through this, like, what is this, and then he's also dropping M-bombs in the chat too and stuff in the group chat, and we're gonna kind of get to that and stuff. But just look at this, dude. Like, oh, man. And there was another. Where is it? There was another statement Gavin said. There was another thing Gavin said in the group chat. Yeah, here we go. Honestly, I don't see why people are so upset over me not paying the storyboard artist. This is a fan film, and those and those niggas need to be grateful for they're finally getting another good Spider-Man film. Bruh, what the like what? After this gigantic, like, you know, apology and stuff, you know, he said a gigantic apology, like this is 2 like pages up. Like everybody else was dropping page screenshots and stuff on Twitter. This dude dropped 2 pages, and after that you're gonna like all this shit. Are you serious? And then later on he says, oh, it's Photoshop. The screenshots are Photoshopped and they're years old, and you know they're years old, and he's gonna step away for a bit and stuff like that. He's gonna step away from the situation for a bit and address them later on. I guess this is time for me to give my thoughts. Okay, so it's kind of ridiculous for Gavin to say, like, okay, let's just start from square one with, like, because this is a lot. Like, it's just like back to back, you know, it's kind of crazy. But with Wayne, with Ward, it seems like, you know, I agree, people change, you know, people do change, but he's saying he was 18 and stuff. It's like, bro, you know what type of words those, like what that word means and stuff, and how hurtful that is, and you're just like, from what it looks like, you're going in on some like random couple from in a screenshot and stuff. You're just going in on them, calling the dude like a Mexican nigga and stuff like that, and saying all that stuff. And it's just like, I mean, you see me saying it and stuff, but it's like, me personally, I don't really cry too much about white people saying it and stuff. I mean, obviously he's saying it in an offensive way to hurt someone's feelings and stuff like that. If you're just saying like, oh nigga, or something like that, you know, it isn't, if you're not attacking someone or calling someone, you know, in a hurtful or to be mean and you know, demean them and stuff, I don't think it's that big a deal. But clearly he's trying to put this man down and make him feel bad about his skin color. So no, this is not okay. This is not appropriate and stuff. You should not be saying this, you know. You should not be talking to people like this. And he's saying like, oh, I was in a bad bubble and stuff. I do agree that you can be in bad like communities and being bad with people who influence you in a bad way and stuff like that. You know, I do agree about that. But it seems like he's talking about, oh, I wanted to come out for this for years and stuff. It seems like you were hiding this for a long time, and you only talking about it now because of the screenshots. I feel like, you know, I don't know how old dude is and stuff, but he's saying this was years ago and stuff. I think he's, you know, he's definitely probably in his 20s or something like that. If you said that stuff, you know, unless you forgot. But it seems like he didn't, you know, from what he's saying, it just seems like he doesn't forget. But unless you forgot, like, you should have been said something about this. I mean, you're an actor now, you know, you're not in huge films, but you're trying to be, you know, you're in this fan film that's getting millions of views and stuff, has a trailer of millions of views. John Watt saw it. Like, you have these millions of eyes on you, you know, potentially. And you're going out there, you know, with this baggage on your back and stuff that, you know, you should have addressed a long time ago, you know. And to be fair, some people still get upset about stuff that's, you know, brought up a long time ago and stuff, and already addressed and already apologized for, and he already made amends or tried his best to atone for what he did. But, you know, it seems like with this, like, nah, bro, you didn't want to, you know, come forward with it. You only did because whoever leaked the screenshots and stuff, you know, and that's bad on you pretty much. You know, you should have been more diligent with that, and that's not anyone's fault except yours. And with Gavin saying the screenshots are old or photoshopped, you can't just claim shit is photoshopped and then just bounce, you know, like, oh, this shit's photoshopped, bruh, bounce and leave and stuff. It's like, I mean, Gavin's claiming the things that he's saying in that chat in his screenshots are fake. you can't just claim that and bounce. Like, you gotta provide screenshots. He's saying he's stepping away and coming back. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and hope that bruh can really prove that this shit is Photoshop, because this is, the heat coming down in this movie is bad. Like, this is bad. Like, this was trending on Twitter for hours and stuff. People, like, you know, they seen Spider-Man Lotus trending a bunch of times and stuff, some good, some bad and stuff, and now they're clicking on it and they're seeing like something that is pretty much a nail in the coffin for this film. And you're the lead, you're the head dude and stuff doing this shit, and you got someone else that, you know, your main actor and stuff that's portraying Peter Parker, the main character of this film, the story, and he's saying this type of stuff too. It looks like you're co-signing it, and it's not a good look. Not saying you two were in the chat both saying like dropping, calling people niggas and stuff like that, and in hard R's and shit like that. I'm not saying that, but it looks like that. People can be like, oh, you know, just be like, oh, they're both doing that type of shit. It just, you should, I hope he does, but like, I feel like right now is the time to strike. Like, the iron is hot. You need to say something right now before people kind of just like write you off as a racist, you know. And apparently he said a lot of homophobic things too. I don't know where the screenshots of that are. I probably saw them and literally just clicked past them and stuff. But like, you know, homophobic, racist and stuff, you know, and the things you know, that Spider-Man film, those Spider-Man design, those eyes are retarded and stuff. Like, the way he talks, like, you know, if you don't want to say Gavin or any of these people are racist and stuff, you know, for saying the N-word and stuff, for the way this, like, the sounding black and stuff like that, make black sounds and stuff like that, that's very, you know, racist. But if you don't want to say, oh, he's definitely a racist 100% and stuff, he's just, you know, being edgy, whatever and stuff, Gavin and his lead actor and stuff are definitely like assholes. They're definitely pretty shitty people and very mean or rude and crude people, and don't really care about people's feelings in general, and are just very crass and rude. If you don't want to chalk it up to them being racist, they're very crass and rude people and very mean and ignorant. And that's pretty much what I gotta say on that situation. But apparently, also, here's a screen. The person who screenshotted this or screenshotted everything showed that, like, yeah, this is pretty much Gavin's account, everything. Like, you can see him swiping over, and there he is with the 86K right there. Like, that's him. And then here's this clip some people were dropping. How many, if you didn't hear, how many, Gavin says in a megaphone, how many of you think I'm racist? Raise your hand. And people in the room are like, we all do. And it's like, you know, some people are like, oh, it's a joke. They're just joking and stuff. It's just like, bruh, like, you know, got this thing, then that thing, and then that thing. It's like, either Gavin loves to be like a lot of racial, edgy humor and stuff all the fucking time, or he's a racist, or he's very rude and mean and just is an asshole in general. And you may be thinking, how are you saying he's an asshole in general? Well, apparently one of the times that Spider-Man Lotus was trending was due to a problem with the VFX team. This is low res JPEG. He was a part of the VFX team for Spider-Man Lotus. And I read through the tweets. Basically, bro was talking about, if you want to pause, you can read in depth, but basically bro was talking about how Gavin was kind of pushy. He wanted everything perfect, and I think he had him kicked out, or his whole team leave, and had to hand over everything that he worked on, him and his team worked on, handed over to someone else that, you know, they had worked hard on it. Or I think he wanted to step away, and Gavin had bro hand over everything him and his team worked over to another group of people, and, you know, it hurt him a lot to have to walk away. But due to Gavin being so, you know, being a rude, crude asshole and stuff, he thought that was what's best, and he feels like he wishes, them, sorry, wishes they were, they could look back on Spider-Man and Lotus as good times and stuff, but it just wasn't. And there was a lot of crunch as well too, which another thing, how the fuck do you crunch for a fan-made film? The budget was already made. You got $100,000, bruh. $100,000 to make this shit, and you fucking crunch. But you're not a video. This isn't a video game. This is a film. You don't have a deadline date. You don't have a studio breathing down your neck. You're just all, doing whatever and shit. Like, are you serious? Like, come on now.